It's looking good in the world of truck driving. I'm going to play this clip. Check it out. Let's go.
Companies are doing the same scam, for lack of a better word, than the Mexican people who were caught having a restaurant and housing the employees and then charging them back rent. It has now been found that these Indian construction companies buy homes, stick a bunch of Indian origin men in them, and get them commercial truck driver licenses, put them out on the road, again, sometimes 3 to a truck. They run 24/7. They're never stopped because there's always a different driver. Charge them rent. Charge them all kinds of fees, and are very lucrative. It's been said or being reported now that these trucking companies, if you go by them, and there's a lot of them in North Dallas, there's G-Wagons, very expensive cars at these trucking companies. We're also hearing that when they get shut down, they just reopen in a different name with a different owner. So they never essentially get shut down. We're also being told that they have individuals, because, not to sound crazy, but that a lot of them look alike and they wear the turban. There's individuals who take tests for others. And
okay, see, and at the beginning of my video, you're probably saying, well, Nino, what do you mean this is looking better? I'm going to tell you because I'm going to play a couple clips. But the good thing about this one is they're exposing this. It's being exposed. But what he said, these guys are taking tests for each other. They look like one another. And they're passing the CDL around, basically. Whenever you go take a test for your commercial driver license, you go in there, hand them your ID, and I don't like it, but they have a spot where you put headphones on and speak, and you can speak Spanish or get Spanish translation in your headphones. But as a commercial truck driver, why should you not know the language of the land? If you work in America, if you're a truck driver, it's federal law, basically, that you should understand and comprehend simple English to read the signs. But again, he's going to talk more about this, how these fools are running a scam, basically, going in there and they show an ID and you look at them, hey, you look like them, my friend, and they're getting that and busting a move. But there's more.
that's why drivers are able to get licensed even though they don't speak a lick of English. And in communities where these individuals are housed, neighbors will tell you nobody in that house speaks one word of English. How did they pass the test? Was the test given in their language? How did they pass the behind the wheel? How did they go to the trucking school and learn how to drive these trucks? They didn't. They were given the basics and they were put on the road in these missiles that sometimes are 90 to 100,000 pounds going
loaded
at obscene speeds.
Yup.
This is a lot bigger than we anticipated. And because of the inflection point of the U-turn, more of this is coming about. We have to keep spreading this news and getting it out there in hopes that it all gets shut down.
So there it is. The Indians are running the play, and I got some more stuff. Check it out. Now, I reported on this on my Facebook page, and it's very interesting to say the least. But this is what happened, and I want to play this clip. We got another one. We'll continue.
Oklahoma. KCO's Abigail Ogle joining us in the newsroom. Abby, this was all a part of Operation Guardian.
Guys, that's right. Governor Kevin Stitt says by letting these individuals drive massive 18-wheelers that weigh more than 80,000 pounds on Oklahoma roads, it puts all Oklahomans at risk. So here's what we know tonight at 5 o'clock, that Oklahoma Highway Patrol teamed up with ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, to be stationed along I-40 in Beckham County out in western Oklahoma. Together, they say they apprehended more than 125 undocumented immigrants. They say one of the suspects was carrying this ID.
And it says right there, you really can't see it unless you look real close. It says no name given. There was like 20, 30 of these. I posted this on my Facebook, came off of X. I'm telling you, y'all, this is what they're doing. No name given. And a lot of these came from, look, New York. I seen some from California. And people told me, oh, illegals don't drive 18-wheelers. The hell they don't. They do drive 18-wheelers. I'm in West Texas. They're everywhere. But like I said, there's a rainbow to the end of all this. I'm glad it's being exposed. I'm glad it's being talked about.
It's a CDL out of New York. Look closely, though. Under the name, it says no name given.
Wow.
Law enforcement says the drivers are from 9 countries, including India, China, Russia, Georgia, Turkey, Ukraine, and more. Governor Kevin Stitt saying, quote, if New York wants to hand out CDLs to illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants with no name given, that's on them.
Keep them
but
over
the
there.
moment they cross into Oklahoma, they will answer to our laws. We reached out to Oklahoma Highway Patrol today to learn more about what went into this sweep. The department says they will be answering questions on all of this tomorrow. We will.
So they busted them. This is in Oklahoma. Oklahoma. They had ICE in Oklahoma. Go Homa. Nice. Salute them. Here's the next one. Now, this is one that's pretty good. So I'm saying there's hope and light at the end of the tunnel.
40 truck drivers fired in one day. Can you guess the reason why? One trucking company in Chicago had their safety manager spend about 2 weeks calling every single driver in the company. The safety manager is American born, so he was just having casual conversation with each driver about anything. And if the driver had no idea what they were talking about, they went automatically on the fire list. The reason why is that they started getting a lot of out-of-service violations. So a couple of drivers were pulled over in some of the western states, and the DOT officers were not able to hold a conversation with the driver. They were put out of service, and their driver fitness score skyrocketed. So that's a big problem for a company. So in order to take every precaution possible, and in order to avoid a DOT audit or a shutdown or being blocked by brokers, they decided to get rid of every driver that doesn't speak English.
Woo!
So now they're looking for truck drivers. If you speak advanced English, if you are a green card holder or a US citizen, you have clean driving background, more than 2 years experience, go to my website, driverns.com.
Okay, so I'm not going to let him just continue with this little maneuver there. We'll go back over here. Boom. And this is my ending spiel. I told you. I told these fools. I'm in West Texas. I know it. Somebody said on my Facebook post, Nino, we get rid of all the people that don't speak English or illegal truck drivers. We're not going to have no workers. It's a hogwash. The trucking industry was in a recession. I think it's finally turning around, but this is good news. They're getting exposed for their tricks. They're putting them in trucks and houses and all this stuff, and they're all going and doing their tests for each other. And then they're coming out here and wrecking on the road, right? They're being exposed. You saw in Oklahoma, they're pulling them over, and you speak English, boy? Good. And then now this guy's saying that the companies, due to the DOT enforcement, thank God for Trump, it's in there. Now they're not playing these Joe Biden games. Now the ICE is in there working with the DOT, the Department of Transportation. That's the black and white. Boy, they don't play games. They pull over trucks and inspect the equipment, and they inspect the driver to make sure he's safe to be on the road. And if you can't speak English, how are you going to read a sign if you can't comprehend simple English? So in turn, besides making our roads safer, you heard what the guy said. They're looking for English-speaking drivers, preferably Americans. And I saw a video the other day, I don't have this one lined up, where they showed a parking lot, and it was basically empty. And this guy said, man, I've never seen it like this. Whatever Trump's doing, I should pull it up. I have it somewhere. He's like, whatever Trump's doing, good. Because and my other buddy showed me a video walking I've seen another video. I've seen so many videos walking in the parking lot, and they got a Mesco license plate with an American license plate. They'll come here for like 6 months, rotate the truck in and out. The drivers day and night working in the truck for cheap rates. And they're from Mesco. But like the guy said in the video, look at the parking lot's all empty. Things are changing. Thank God. That's the whole point of my video. Things are changing. I knew it would take a certain amount of time with Trump to get to this point. It don't happen overnight. But thank God, I knew about a year or two to get good. And at work, it's picking up. What I told y'all. Illegals are here. People that don't speak English are driving 18-wheelers, and it's dangerous. So there's my little video. I wanted to make it real quick, y'all. Hope y'all doing good. I had to drop one on YouTube. I've been so busy. I've been so busy with the local politicking over here. And I'll say this to all my haters, if they watch this far, I don't give a flip if you make videos about me. I still got the MAGA hat on, baby. I'm still in Southside Bend doing what the hell I want to do in my city. One of my wife's cousins walked in. Look at this guy start making a video about you, Nino, on TikTok. I don't give a flip. I laughed. Because I don't care. I don't respond to nobody's videos about me. To be honest, first, I don't care. Second of all, I'm too busy. I'm too busy to respond to any of these lames. Straight up. I'm an oil hauler. Say what you want about Nino America, baby. I haul oil. And we're picking up at where I hauled 5 loads yesterday, baby. You do the math. 5 loads of crude oil, baby. I'm a trucker. I ain't worried about what anybody says about me. I ain't even tripping about it. I'm only responding on here because I guess it just got a wild hair real quick. But I don't care. If I did, I'd be making videos and upset. Oh, they made it drop the video. But I don't give a flip. I want illegals deported. We been saying this. You ain't gotta like it. But with that, there it is, y'all. The trucking industry, I'm telling you, it's looking good. I'm seeing other trucking channels saying the same thing. Holmes, I can't wait. And with that, y'all, thank you for watching. We're out of here. God bless. Later.